Hi, in this video we're going to be looking at reverse percentages. These are really popular GCSE type questions aimed at around about grade 5. The whole idea with them is the kind of thing where if you walk into a shop and you buy a coat at £99 and that's after a 25% discount, what would be the price normally? And that's the whole idea behind these sorts of questions. As before, please do stop the video, have a go at each of the questions and then compare your solution. I look forward to seeing you inside the video. Hi, these types of questions deal with reverse percentages. And as I mentioned in the intro, it's that the sale price of a digital camera is that, and that's after a reduction of 12%. So what we're actually saying is that £132.88 is equal to 88% of the normal price. Okay, and that's the important statement that you need to make sure that you get with these sorts of questions, because from there it allows us then to perform the calculation. These are normally calculator type questions. So if we convert this back in something that we can actually use, we've got 132.88. Now, rather than writing 88%, what I'm going to do is convert that to a decimal, which is going to be 0.88. And then rather than writing of the normal, as I'm sure you appreciate, of in maths means multiply, and rather than writing multiply by the normal, I'm just going to write n, okay, which is the normal price. And what this says is 0.88 times n. So if I'm going to get the value of n, what I do is I divide both sides by 0.88. Okay, so if I divide that side by 0.88, this will cancel out and I get n. And on the left-hand side there, I'm going to get 151. Okay, so the normal price before the sale is going to be £151. Okay, hope that's all right for you. We're going to do a similar sort of one with question number 2, but in this particular one, it's after an 8% increase. So an 8% increase means that the 298,000 is going to be equal to 108% of, if you like, the property price before increase. Okay, all right. Now, I've written that out quite deliberately because I think what we need to do then is convert it into something like we did on the previous one, where we converted into some sort of formula that we can find the value of. So I've got 298,000, can't do much with that, okay? But I can convert 108% to a decimal. So 108% as a decimal is 1.08. Rather than writing of the property price before the increase, I'm just going to write that as P. Okay, so if I want to find the value of P, I divide both sides by 1.08, divide by 1.08, and as before, that cancels out and I get P, and this side is going to give me 275,925.93. Okay, now it does say give your answer to the nearest pound. So to the nearest pound, that's going to be 275,926. Just be a little bit careful that 5.93 becomes a 6. Okay, hope that's all right for you. Let's move on to question number 3. And hopefully you're getting the idea behind how these questions work. Please do stop the video, have a go at this particular question, and then compare your solution. So in a sale, normal prices are reduced by 35%. The sale price of the TV is that. So what that means is 428.35 equals 35% off the normal price. So in other words, 65% of the normal price. Okay, so let's again convert that into some sort of formula that we can use. So we've got 428.35 equals, rather than 65%, going to make that a decimal, 0.65. And rather than writing of the normal, I'm just going to put n. Okay, so divide both sides by 0.65. Divide by 0.65, get rid of that, and I get n, which is exactly what I'm looking for. And on the left-hand side, I get 659. So the normal price is going to be £659. Okay, hopefully that's okay for you. If you're not sure about anything, always add a comment below and I'll always come back to you. Let's look at the final question in this particular video, which is going to be Bill's weekly pay this year is £471.50. This is 15% more than his weekly pay. Good old Bill, he's got a bit of a pay increase there. So what we're saying is that £471.50, it's exactly the same as we did before with the house valuation. Well, that's, if it's 15% more, that's going to be worth 115% of last year's pay. Okay, well, again, we're going to convert that into something that we can kind of usefully use. So that's going to be £471.50. 115% is 1.15 as a decimal, and of last year's pay, not going to bother with any of that. We're just going to put P. Okay, so if we want to find P, we're going to divide both sides by 1.15, divide by 1.15. Cross those out, we're just going to get P, and on this side we're going to get 410. Okay, so Alex is wrong because actually last year's pay was £410 per week. Okay, that's it on this particular video. I hope it's been useful to you. If it has, please do provide a like. It'd be really appreciated and it keeps YouTube happy. So thank you very much for your time. I hope it's been useful. Please do add a comment if you're not sure about anything. I look forward to seeing you inside the next video.